Hello guys, this is Vanel with Vanel Med Pulse. I want to welcome you if this is your first time watching my videos, and if you watched before, and I want to welcome you back. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the proper way to use an AED and adult CPR, and I will put it all together for you. Again, this is not legal, financial, or medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. So I'm happy to have you here. Let's get to it. All right, so first, as I mentioned in the previous video, you wanna once you get to the scene, you wanna make sure the scene is safe. You are the first priority. Make sure you don't see anything that can endanger you, and you don't put yourself in harm's way. So the first thing you do, you scan the area, okay? And we're gonna look around to see if there is no fire, nothing, no broken glass, and nothing that can put you in danger. So I have established that the scene is safe, and I notice someone is on the floor, and what I'm gonna make sure is I'm gonna try to get the attention of that person. I'm gonna stop like that. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm looking for response. I'm looking for any sign of life. And in this case, I don't see anything. That person is on the floor, and there's no sign of life. There's no response. So right now, I have someone with me. I'm gonna shout for help. Help! Help! Hey, you! Call 911 and go get the AED.
Okay, I'm gonna get help in the AED.
All right, thank you. And then at this time, so I'm looking for any sign of life. I'm looking for breathing, and I'm feeling for a pulse. I call it carotid pulse, the American Heart Association. The best way to check for that is to put your two fingers on the side closest to you, and then slide it down a little bit, and then you feeling for that. So there's no pulse, but you don't want to take more than 10 seconds to do so, okay? So you doing all that, and you want to minimize the time that you take, because the main thing is to for us to do right now is to start doing chest compression. So all right, so I don't feel any pulse, I don't see any breathing, so I'm gonna start with chest compression. So I'm gonna do 30 compressions, and look, see how I put myself. I got my knees touching the body of the person, and I'm gonna open the chest. So the main thing to do is, if you notice the person, first of all, the victim or the patient should be on a flat surface, okay? If I will be making videos about choking, about first aid, but if the person was on the chair, was found in the car, and then try to help the person on the flat surface, that's the best way to do chest compression. So in this case, it's already on the ground, on the floor. And then what I'm going to do, it's best to remove bulky clothing. So let's say here, so I'm going to remove the shirt right here, and I can open that. So that way, first of all, I want to do so for two reasons. I want to make sure I can visualize the center of the chest. That's where I'm going to put the heel of my hand, and I'm going to place my hand properly. And second, when I receive the AED, so I want to put the AED, I want to put the pads on the bare chest. I want to attach them on the bare chest. You don't want to apply the pads on any clothes, okay? So that way you will not provide the shock if shock is advised. All right, so now I'm gonna place my hand in the middle. This is the middle area, and the sternum, just on the breastbone right here. So I'm gonna place the heel of my hand on the center, on the top of the sternum, and I'm gonna put my second hand on top of it. And then now I'm gonna lean forward and make sure I use my upper body to help with the chest compressions, okay? And I like my elbows, so I'm gonna start doing compression. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I do 30 compressions, and then after that I'm gonna do 2 breaths, okay? But in this case, I have my rescue kit, and I have it with me. It was my keychain, so I have that. Not only you have gloves, so if that happens at home, that was your loved ones, of course you don't have to use gloves. But if you happen to have the kit with you, the emergency CPR kit, it comes with gloves and and the mask barrier. So at this point, I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna put it on a victim's face so I can provide the toothbrush. Okay, so if that's what you have, you can do that, and you put that over the face. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tilt the head. I'm gonna lift the chin so that way I can provide a good breath. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this to make sure I provide two breaths, and I'm doing all this to make sure that I can see chest wise. Okay, so let's see here. That's one. That is two. So I'm gonna start all over again. I'm gonna start the process, and I'm gonna get started again. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do 30 compressions followed by two breaths. 30 compressions followed by two breaths. So the best what you're doing is you wanna do up about 100 to 120 rate per minute of compressions, and followed by two breaths every time. So 30 compressions, two breaths. So that will give you about every 15 seconds. I deliver 30 compressions and two breaths. Okay. So now the AED. So I shouted for help, and the AED is gonna get here. All right. The AED. You got the AED? All right, thank you so much. So the AED, so there are, let's talk a little bit about AED. There are multiple devices out there, brands out there, I should say. So depending on what you get, so it depends on the brand that you get. I have a trainer AED here. So what you do, the first thing you do is when you get the AED, so while I'm doing compressions, I can either have the help. If I'm tired already, I can have him take over compressions. And then what I'm going to do is the first thing to do is to turn on the AED. So I'm going to, here's the on button. I'm going to press the on button and I'm going to put it down and then turn it on. When I turn it on, he's going to start talking to me. So he's going to say, uh, please attach pads to the patient. So while he's doing compressions, I'm going to get the pads out. Some AED devices, once you open it, it's also automatically turned on. Okay, but some of the brands, you have to press the turn on button, and it's very clear. It's big. You press the turn on, and then it's gonna tell you to attach the pad. So what you're gonna do at this point, you're gonna get the pads, and if you can see this, it tells you the pads tells you exactly how and where to place the pads. So the aid is gonna say attach pads to the victim. So I'm gonna peel it off, and then this one says to go on the right heart, right chest, right upper chest area. So I'm gonna put it there, and then the second pad, it tells you to go just below the left breast area, so on the left chest area. So I'm gonna put it, and it tells me how to place it. So I'm gonna place it like that. Now, once the pads are attached, the AED is gonna say, the machine will say, do not touch the patient, analyzing heart rhythm. So you want to hear for that, okay? So at this time, I'm going to make sure the victim is clear. So I'm going to say, you clear? We clear. So do not touch the victim. Do not touch him, okay? So at this time, what the AED is looking for, the AED stands for automated external defibrillator. So it's going to make sure the heart does not need to be shocked, or the heart needs to be shocked to continue that CPR intervention. Okay, so I'm waiting for the AED to tell me. So in this case, the AED is gonna say shock is advised. Okay, after the AED said I turn it on again. I turn it on, and it tells me what to do. It tells me to attach the pads to the victim, which I did. And the proper way to put it, it's usually on the right chest, upper right chest, and lower left chest. Okay, so if you can see the way I'm showing right now, but that it tells you, when in doubt, if that's your very first time using an AED, just follow the prompts and follow the pictures. So we have attached the pads, we have waited, and we cleared the victim, and the AED said analyzing heart rhythm, and at this point shock is advised. If shock is advised, the machine is going to charge. It's gonna say shock advised. charging. So at this time, we can continue chest compressions, okay? But once it says it's charging, so we do compressions. When it says charging, it's gonna say deliver shock now. So again, we are listening to the AED. It's gonna say deliver shock now. Again, I'm gonna say I'm clear, you clear, and then but you have to press that shock button. It's right here. It looks like that. So I'm gonna say again, you clear, I'm clear. I'm gonna deliver the shock. Now the victim is being shocked, and it's gonna say the machine is gonna say resume chest compressions or resume CPR. But at this time, before the AED machine even says that, I already started. I resume chest compressions. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then I'm going to follow that by 2 breaths. If you have a mask, if you happen to have a different mask other than the barrier mask, like this one, you can use that, okay? Whichever one you have. This one will be a little easier, or you can use that if I have that. So I have this. Again, the principle is to tilt the head, and then you lift the chain, and then you provide 2 breaths. One, and over 1 second, you see the chest rise. So again, we're gonna repeat that until we get the help, we get the EMS. So let me put it all together for you. So you have notice that someone is on response, someone is on the ground. You found someone and you tap. Actually, you make sure the scene is safe. That's the very first thing you do, and then you tap and vigorously, firmly enough to get that person's attention, just in case he or she was sleeping. So you have done that, and you notice the person is completely unresponsive. Okay, you call for help. You send someone with you. If you have someone with you, you send him to go, the person to go get help and get the AED, and to phone 911 to get AED. But if you happen to be by yourself and then you do not have any, you don't see anyone, so get your phone, dial 911, put it on speaker while you continue doing your assessment and your interventions. Okay, so the scene is safe, the person is unresponsive, and I sent for help. Help is coming. They're gonna bring the AED. So what I do, I check for sign of life, I look for breathing, I feel for pulse, and under 10 seconds. So that's why it's called about providing high quality CPR. So you are minimizing interruptions. So you're doing this. The goal is to provide high quality chest compressions or high quality CPR. So I'm going to minimize the time. So I'm going to start 30 compressions followed by 2 breaths, 30 compressions followed by 2 breaths. So I want to make sure I do at least 100 to 120 rate per minute. And the moment the AED gets here, so I'm going to turn it on. I'm gonna hit the on button. Like I said, if you have the device that you have, it's once you open it, it can be turned on at the same time. You just have to listen to the prompts. Okay, I turn it on. It's gonna tell me to attach pads to the victim. At this point, I will get the pads attached. I will stop chest compressions, and then it's gonna do the next thing. The very next thing the machine will do, the automated external defibrillator, it will analyze the rhythm. So what it's checking to see if the heart needs to be shocked or there's no the heart does not need to be shocked. So if it does say shock is advised, it's gonna charge for me, and then I will wait until it says to shock now. So I'll make sure no one is touching the person, because you don't want to be a victim of your you want to be a victim too. Okay, if you shock someone and then you touch that person while you shock, you're gonna be the next one on the floor too. Okay, so you don't want that to happen to you, because now there's no help. Okay, so again, that's part of safety. Okay, it's important to make sure you do that. So I have the machine is charged, and now the shocking button is gonna flash. Okay, once it's flashed, I'm gonna make sure everyone is clear. from touching the victim. So I'm going to deliver the shot, and I'm going to resume chest compressions. So I'm going to continue doing that until EMS, the emergency response services, get here. So hopefully you get some help and you were able to get a response. Or if that person starts moving, the person is talking to you, so that would be a good thing, because that's the goal. That's the goal. The goal is to help that person resuscitate it. Okay. So one thing I want to tell you is that when it comes to adult CPR, using AED is very important. If it's your loved ones at home, you happen to be at home, that happens to your loved ones. So you want to make sure that you know what to do and you provide high quality CPR. Okay, so you placing your hand properly and you push hard and fast and you count. It's important to count. That's what helps you, and the person with you who's helping the other rescuer is gonna help keep track of how many compressions you're doing so far, okay, and when to deliver the two breasts, okay. So I've seen sometimes people are doing this, they don't count. Even if you by yourself, you count. That's how you know when to stop compressions and to deliver the two breasts. So it's important if you have the rescue CPR kit, so it should have the barrier mask on it, and then it comes with gloves. And I know this is the pandemic season. If that's someone you don't know, of course you have the kit with you, and you go ahead and put gloves on, and then use the barrier, and then you can deliver the breast. Okay. I hope you guys have learned something today. I put it all together for you: adult CPR and AED. So if that's something that you are interested in, I also make videos about BLS, ACLS, PALS, and NRP. As I said before, I'm a certified American Heart Association instructor, and you can leave me a comment, and I will get in touch with you and put you in a class. Okay, but this video was only for adult CPR and AED, and we put it all together for you. You make sure the scene is safe. You do your assessment. You provide high quality CPR, and you have attach the AED properly. Like I said, you turn it on. It tells you what to do, and then you follow the prompts, and then you do everything. So hopefully, help arrived. The emergency response services got there, and they take over. But you were able to provide high quality CPR. So that's the main thing. Okay, so you were able to do so. So it is important to make sure you follow all the steps. You do a good job. So I know it's a pandemic season out there. Just protect yourself. And I make videos every week talking about different topics related to healthcare for nurses and respiratory therapy. If that's something you are interested in, you can leave me a comment, and I will greatly appreciate that. So until next time, I hope you keep yourself safe out there, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.